Oh, Chitoilet. You thought you had us there, didn't you? You really thought, Division Tribe, you were going to come on here and talk your shit today, didn't you? Same old sorry ass Chitoilet. That shit funny to me. Oh my, Chitoilet just chokes once again, showing how much of a sad, pathetic franchise and city they truly are. Man, that choke was glorious to watch Chitoilet choke that away. So glorious to see that. It seems like the one thing that got the Lions going this week was me trash talking the team this week as well. And showing Division Tribe how you do it properly, because we all know Division Tribe still fucking sucks at trash talking the Lions. Especially when Lions fans can do it better than him. Before we talk about, though, what happened in this game this week, let's take a look at the other Detroit teams and see how they fared this week. So first we had the Pistons, and well, the Pistons, it's just another struggling season for the Pistons. Like, the Pistons, they only had one win this week against OKC. But then again, it's Oklahoma. Everything the Thunder touch, they choke and blow it. From KD to triple-double man, to who else? The Harden, the Beard, you know, and PG-13. Like, that's not really surprising the slightest, you know. The big blow this week was missing Cade Cunningham, as he's going to be out for a few more games next week from injury. But Jane Ivey has had some good highlights too. Well, other than that, though, the Pistons had 3 losses again this week on a 3-game losing streak. You know, losing twice to the Celtics and then losing to the Knicks. So, congrats to the Knicks on the win, along with the Boston fans too. So yeah, congrats to them. But you know, just more pain and struggles this week. You know, that's just gonna be it. It's just gonna be an up and down season for the Pistons. Like 100% though, this team is still young and trying to learn how to win and finish games. When they do, watch out. They're going to be something special to watch. Now on to the Red Wings this week. And well, this week was pretty much a fucking disaster from start to finish. You know, losing in a shootout to Montreal and then getting completely blown the fuck out by the Rangers. And then losing to the LA Kings. You know, it was just a disastrous week for the Wings. You know, they only got 1 point out of 3 games out of a possible 6. You know, they're still in the wild card race, but this was a pretty ugly week for the Red Wings. You know, good news is the Wings got a game Tuesday against Anaheim. You know, hopefully sweep the season series against the Ducks and get the season back on track. But, you know, still very early in the season. And keep in mind, the season's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And, you know, we're almost getting close to the quarter mark of the season. It's going by very quickly. You know, hopefully Red Wings can bounce back next week. Just very ugly week this year. Like, that's just going to be this team a lot of ups and downs. But hopefully the Wings can still pull it together and we can still make that playoff push. Now for the Lions game this week, I had no doubt in my mind that we were going to win this game. I knew we were going to win this game against the Bears because it's fucking Chitoilet. It's Chitoilet. Nothing is inspiring about this team. But I will say this, Fields did have a good game. Like, everyone's saying Fields is legit. Oh yeah, he's legit, alright. He's a legit running back disguised as a fucking quarterback. Like, he's a fucking running back. You might as well call him Justin Running Back Fields. Or, as we like to call him now, Rusty Running Back Fields. Because he's just nothing but a Lamar Jackson wannabe. The only difference is Lamar knows how to throw a fucking football. But I guess there's a QB that had to take the running back mantle from Lamar Jackson. And unfortunately, it had to be Justin Fields. Things you love to see, though, as a Lions fan. We also learned in this game that Fields ain't even the real number 1 at Ohio State. The real number 1 is Jeff Okudah. And with Jeff Okudah getting that pick 6 that really helped the Lions come back. You know, the Bears looked like the Bears had it there when they entered the fourth quarter up 24-10. But in the end, grit always prevails against flash. And the Lions, they fought through and never quit. You know, getting the touchdown from Swift to cut the gap down to 7. And then Okudah getting the interception after Hutchinson gave a little pressure to Okudah. I mean, not to Okudah, to Fields. And Okuda getting the Mick pick six. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Fields still ain't shit in this bitch. And only for Fields to march down the field a little bit later to give Chicago the lead. Only for Detroit to eventually march back down and get the lead by one. Mainly because of Chicago's kicker missing an extra point. Maybe Cody Parkey wasn't the problem all along. Maybe that kicker rabbit hole goes deeper than that. Oof. And in the end, even though this defense got carved by Justin Fields for much of this game, the defense, though, they were able to come in clutch when it mattered the most on that fight in the final 2 minutes. Especially Hutchinson getting the big sack to really put the Bears back. And then on fourth down, the big sack play from Joey Okwara. Like, I thought Justin Fields was going to get the first down there after he missed like 2 sacks from Kometsky and Zaloni, and then Okwara. Like, he missed 2 or 3 sacks there. And then Okwara got back on him, and Okwara made damn good use of that second chance. Like, this was a total team effort win from the Lions. You know, total team effort. This team just never quit. They fought to the end and got the job done. You know, fought tooth and nail with the Bears, went toe-to-toe, and the better team came out on top. And yeah, I did watch Judah Tribe stream, and Judah Tribe was salty as fuck in this whole game. Complaining about how, it's the refs that were the reason the Lions won. Instead of admitting that the Bears are undisciplined as fuck. Because the Bears took so many dumb penalties. Like really in this game, the Bears probably should have blown the Lions out. But the Bears were so undisciplined that they took stupid penalty after stupid penalty. Like, the Bears gave every chance for the Lions to get back in the game. And the Lions took full advantage of it. And everyone's saying, they didn't take full advantage because there's only 1 point. Yeah, well, all you need is 1 point to shut Judah Tribe's bitch ass up. That's all you need is 1 point to shut Judah Tribe up. And the Lions got that 1 point. Because we got the real one from Ohio State, not the Bears. And let me just say this. Even if Fields does end up being something in Chicago and Chitoilet, doesn't excuse the Bears for passing on Patrick Mahomes for Mitch Trubisky. Hell, the Bears haven't even had a franchise QB since fucking Hitler was still alive. It's also funny to see there goes Moby Tuck still crying about how the Lions passed on Justin Fields in the draft for Penei Sewell. But Penei Sewell has really been a big bright part in this team. Like Moby's still salty about that draft. Well, about the Lions passing on Fields. Man, but there goes Moby is way more worse and pathetic than those Lions fans that are still crying about Jim Caldwell being fired. Just let it go. Fuck me. But yeah, Fields couldn't perform and come in when it mattered the most. The defense made their plays. Hutchinson even had that big tackle on the goal line stand early in the game. Clotheslining a bitch. Like Aiden Hutchinson setting up Bears running back, I believe it was Montgomery. Sent him straight to the shadow realm with a clothesline from hell. Like, I didn't even know that was even legal. I thought that was a penalty. I thought it was supposed to be a penalty, but, you know, it's what it is. But, hey, yeah, I guess if the shoe fits. But yeah, you know, great win for the Lions. The Lions win back-to-back games for the first time under Dan Campbell. And Campbell finally gets his first road win of his career. And it comes on the road in good old Chitoilet. This shithole city. And it was funny watching Judah Tribe get salty. It was so funny and glorious. And all I say is if Judah Tribe has any more salt, you can put it straight into this water bottle so I can drink every last one of your tears. Because they taste delicious. Like, Judah salt is glorious. He is salty. He was salty as fuck. But then again, when isn't Judah salty as fuck? Like, that's just the life of being a Chitoilet Care Bears fan. Like, I'll always respect the Packers fan base more than Chitoilet fans because Packer fans are actually decent, but Chicago fans are massive fucking assholes. You know, Judah, you thought what I did this week for War Week was bad enough for you? oh, you have no idea what's in store for later for in January, for December, or New Year's, for that War Week. Because I actually took a look at the War Week rulebook, and that rulebook said nothing about having to focus on just the Bears for War Week. Because I recall there's another Detroit team that's playing another Chicago team during the second War Week later this year in December. And I'm going to turn my attention to that team. Which team will that be? You'll have to tune in to find out. But yeah, just, great win. The Lions get to 3-6. And we also stuffed the Bears into the fucking basement. Depending on what happens with the Packers and Cowboys right now, good chance the Lions could end up second in the division after this week. And let's be real, the Lions are not winning the North this year. Minnesota's too far ahead. Like, it's looking like Minnesota might actually be something maybe legit. Because they just knocked off the Bills in Buffalo in overtime. So yeah, and they're sitting at 8-1, like they're 5 games ahead with 8 games remaining in the season. Like, yeah, it's safe to say Minnesota has a division in the bag. But whether Minnesota gets exposed in the playoffs or not, that's yet to be seen. But yeah, just, great win there, Even though the Lions, they're not going to be in the race for the division, but they're only around a game out of the wild card right now. A game or two out of a wild card spot. So, I'm not going to say they make it in on wild card yet, but it's very possible if the right circumstances play out. But the Lions would still need a lot of help, though, if they want to have a chance at that, because there are some pretty interesting teams, to say the least, still in this hunt. But yeah, and everyone's crying about, how we threw away a top 10 draft pick because of this win. Motherfucker, who gives a shit about a pick? Who gives a shit about that pick? Look at the Rams last year. They won a Super Bowl straight off trading away all the picks, because fuck them picks. And hell, the funny thing is, the Lions still may get a top 10 pick anyway, because the Rams pick might end up becoming a top 10 pick this year. But if the Rams continue struggling, then Stafford is now out. So we'll have to see how that Rams situation goes, but there's a chance the Lions could still have a decent season and still get a top 10 pick with the Rams pick this year. Hell, we might just have the Rams fucking tank for us at this point. But yeah, just a great win. Lions win 31-30. About time the Lions finally the Lions the last 2 weeks, they're finally figuring out how to close out these close games. With especially the division. Because we all know how important division games are in a season. And now the Lions are 2-1 in the division this week. We've knocked off the Packers and the Bears. We haven't beat, the Vikings are the only team we've lost to in the North. We got the Vikings coming up in a couple weeks still. Maybe we can knock them off at home. Especially considering that Dan Campbell is 2-0 against teams 5+ games over 500. And oh yeah, the Lions are playing a team 5+ games over 500 next week in the Giants. I don't know, maybe Campbell takes that record to 3-0 next week. We'll have to see. But yeah, but the Lions, they're on a winning streak. They got some momentum. Maybe it's plausible, but the Lions still need some help. We'll have to see how this goes. But yeah, solid win. Like it. Any chance you have it being Chitoilet and making Judah Tribe look like a salty ass bitch, you take it as you can. And it's also funny how Judah Tribe blames the refs for this game, when ironically, anytime the Lions got screwed over by the refs, Judah Tribe always said that was never the refs and that we always beat it ourselves. Instead, we always like to make excuses. And here's Judah Tribe blaming the refs for the reason the Lions won today. It is so fucking ironic. Hey Judah Tribe, it wasn't Chitoilet versus the refs today. It was Chitoilet versus yourselves. You couldn't beat your damn selves, you sorry ass motherfuckers. Still can't stand you bums. But yeah, Joe, remember all those, you want us to feel sorry for you? How ironic that now you're crying about the refs. But yeah, Gina, remember all those times when the Lions got screwed over by the refs and you said it was Detroit versus themselves? And that we couldn't beat our damn selves? Karma's a bitch, ain't it? Ha 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 ha. But yeah, let's enjoy this win. And on the next week to take on the New York Giants. I mean New Jersey Midgets, since New York Giants is misleading advertising. But anyway, On to New York and on to Chitoilet's boyfriend, NYG31. See you later. I'm out.